Got a lot of things to do today, Lou. Gotta get you your breakfast. You're just making me procrastinate. I need to get out of bed so I can get ready for work, bro. Let there be lights. Let there be light.
I love lamp. Hey Google, what time is it?
9:21 a.m.
Honestly, everybody's last minute.
That week is a nightmare. Alright, time to go to work. I'll see you guys later. I low key kind of want to get that. Well, I'm on my way back to work right now. It's actually a really beautiful day. But just had some lunch. Just went and had some pollo. Right now, got a couple hours left here at work. And my wife's gonna pick me up. Carpooling today. And head home. First things first, gonna work out. Once I work out, then I'm gonna go ahead and do the backyard lights. I had a really tough wind that came through and knocked down the lights and popped a couple of the bulbs. So gotta replace those, and then once I replace those, I'm gonna build a bonfire pit so it's ready for next weekend. Have a little ambiance in the backyard, and yeah, come check it out with me, see how good it looks.
Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
I can tell you what Christmas is all about.
Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas.
That's what Christmas is all about.
So we are putting bulbs.
Oh no, it's not these ones.
Well, it must be for the other ones. Don't intermix them because some are plastic and some are glass. As you can see, don't worry, we are going to watch movies. We have the whole month of December, and that candy is not going to expire. That looks like a match. It's
No, there's
cold.
only one.
It's sitting there and waiting me able to get it from the house.
Well, don't look at it.
It's right in front of my eyes.
So is all the vegetables in the fridge?
I don't see those. I don't look at them.
You're blind to the veggies.
The veggies blind me. I'm not blind in the sweets. Apparently.
We're gonna make it all pretty out here. And build this guy because it is very cold here in Las Vegas. I bet you're not. Don't be silly. It's okay. Huh, babe?
I need something to take out.
Take what out?
The broken bowl.
Oh, you need a potato. Well, that's it. Oh, since we put together. Open it, bro. Oh, oh. Get it, boy. Open it. Thank you. Oh, thank you. You got it.
Oh, there's another piece. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, I get that piece. Oh, oh, good stuff. Yeah, get it out of there. Got that one? Cool, thanks. Boo, boo, boo. So, finding the other feet was not gonna happen because they didn't come. Yes. So, my husband is going to.
Two on land.
Yeah, good idea. He's gonna put some papers under it, make it even.
Fixed the light bulbs, so I had to pop one. Now it's all fixed, and I got the little bonfire pit, so we can have some chilling time out here. Well, today, like how we said, I think we got everything pretty much accomplished. We did the lights like we said. I built the fire pit. It's all set up, even though it was missing two legs. We made the most of it. I had some brake I could use, so that worked out. Feel great. A little sore, a little tired from working out, but it's a good tired because at the end of the day, I'm able to work out again, and it's been so long since I've been able to work out, and all because about, what was 4 years ago? Was it 4 years ago?
It was 2018, yeah, 4 years ago.
So 4 years ago.
Well, yeah.
I got diverticulitis.
Wait a minute. It's literally like almost the anniversary of it because it was December 4th.
Oh, yes, it was.
So I guess it's a good reason why we're
damn.
literally.
I didn't realize it was December 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, December
Today's
4th.
the 2nd.
I got diverticulitis. And yeah, I was at work one day and everything was normal. I did my routine just like today. I went to Pollo Loco and I grabbed myself some tacos, went back to work, ate, and everything was all peachy. And then all of a sudden, my stomach was hurting and I was just like, I got the shivers and I got like really cold and I was like freezing, but like at the same time I started like burning up, and that's when I called you. And
You just started texting me.
at first I started texting you, but I kept going into the back and taking like a super long break, and I was just like, I tried to get back onto the
I wonder if
floor.
I have those texts, because you just said that you got the chills and you were really cold all of a sudden, and then that's when I texted you to get a thermometer. The biggest thing was like he just always had stomach problems, literally always for years. I met him years prior, back in 2011, always had stomach problems. So like obviously for him to have, he had these stomach problems, like they were severe, but that's why we weren't jumping like, oh, we gotta go to the hospital or anything, because it was kind of like normal. Like that was just your normal to always have stomach aches like all the time. But because he started getting yucky feeling on the 4th, the 5th he went the whole day being yucky, and we were just trying to like battle it.
I was just
and I had to go to work. I was working still.
Yeah.
So I had to go. I left in the day and then came back, and it was still
The same spot.
in the same spot. He was not doing okay. His fever wasn't breaking. Like it would go up to like 103, and it would like break after medication, and then it would just rise again. And the next morning, on the 6th,
Yeah, that's when you had to go to work. You were about to go to work, and I was just like in a fetal position.
in the bathroom.
Yeah, and I tried to go to the restroom, and the colors were not normal. They were
It was like all black.
And it was the black. I do remember sending you that picture, because I remember being inside, having my hoodie on, having my beanie on, having like my hoodie zipped up all the way up to my face, and I remember even then just not being able to get warm, and I was shivering cold. And then I remember I sent you a picture of my thermometer, and then I sent you another one, and my temperature just kept rising. And when it kept rising, I was just like, at first I was just like trying to be like, whatever. I didn't think anything of it, really. I just have a stomach ache like I always had.
He's not like your typical guy where like they cry about everything. He like refuses to be sick.
I didn't want to go to get seen or to the doctor or anything like that. I was fine. I just got to go home. So I called my boss, and then I went home. And so I went home early, and when I got home, I was just miserable the rest of the day. And then the next day...
Well, that night, because he was just showing all the symptoms of having the flu, and because he had a high temp, his stomach hurt like really bad. He wasn't throwing up, but it was the other way. And he had the chills and like all of that. And I ended up getting him just over-the-counter medication.
Yeah, this story gets pretty gnarly. It gets pretty gory too, so it's not for the faint of heart at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I called out work the next day, and I tried to battle it through a whole ass day. I remember trying to go to the restroom was just like sandpaper. It was just like the worst thing ever. It was the black. Never poop black.
No, like tar black. It was it was not okay. And he was trying to tell me he would be fine, because mind you, I had to go to work. He was like, no, just go to work. I'll be fine. I was like,
just go to work. It's fine. Yep.
No. He, like I said, he had always had stomach problems. Always. But I knew, like, seeing him, the fact that fever couldn't break, you were on the floor. Like, I've never seen you in like that much like pain.
I was
like,
literally in the fetal position.
I was like, no, something's really wrong. Because even if it was like in my head, I was like, if it's like a severe flu, like, we gotta get it checked. That could turn into pneumonia, you know, something like that. So I didn't know what it was, but I was like, this is not good. So I was like, I'm not going to work. We're going to the hospital.
Literally, we went. I remember going to the hospital. It was like 9 a.m., 9:30, and literally we we got into the hospital and I couldn't walk. I was just like
You
hobbling.
were just curled over.
And it was horrible. And I hobbled all the way over, and we went into the emergency room, and it was just like not like an actual hospital. It was like an emergency room place. And
Out here in Vegas, they have like a ton, and they're tiny. Like, they're just tiny little emergency rooms, and then they have big main hospitals.
So it was just one of the regular emergency rooms because I didn't think anything of it. And sure enough, I went in there, and they immediately started giving me morphine. They did blood work, and they went and did the test when they put me in the tube thing, right?
Yes, after
I was on drugs.
because I was pretty much the one like to say like to get him in because he was like dying, literally, and I was like saying all of his symptoms, and after I told them the symptoms and with his fever and all that, they rushed him back with all the tests. And I actually wasn't able to go back. They like seriously like just pulled him back so fast, did the scans.
That I don't remember. Like that whole area.
No, they pulled you back, and they put me in the room, and they did all your scans, and then they rolled you in on the bed, and then the doctor came in like that. And in my head I was like, oh, they're really fast.
I think that's what it was. Like the next thing I remember was when you were next to me. I think it was because they had hooked me up with morphine, and
Like instantly.
I finally didn't have pain for as long as I've had. And so to me, not having pain, I was like, it's all good. We're fine. It's no big deal. They got it under control. We're going to be fine, right? And then when the doctor came in, he's the one that...
But the thing is he said it so calm, and I get why they have to say it so calm. They are doctors, and they probably say this all the time. But they're like, his intestine has ruptured. He's currently septic. We have to rush him to the bigger hospital because they have the equipment that he needs to go into emergency surgery. Because if he doesn't, he's going to die.
I don't remember that either. I just remember them, to me, like all I heard was, we gotta go to the other hospital and we're gonna go fix you up over there. Okay. And then I looked at you and you were crying, and I was just like...
You didn't say okay. You asked the doctor if I could drive you.
Oh, yeah. No, I know. I thought that was after. But yeah, no, I didn't want to take an ambulance because I didn't want to pay for an ambulance because this is America. And, you know, it costs a lot of money to take a little ambulance ride, even though it was not that far. But the ambulance ride was what, $2,000? $5,000, somewhere in that range. But
I don't know.
Regardless, I wanted her to drive me. They laughed, and she was just crying, and I'm just like, "We're gonna get this fixed."
Like, I mean, there was like tears.
I wasn't understanding like the severity of how everything was.
No, I know. Like, yeah, no. Not at all, because you were very calm, because you're like, what do you mean? I got morphine. I feel fine. Like, it's all good.
Yeah, I didn't understand the severity of the situation at all.
Yeah, but they rushed him out, and they told me, they're like, you can follow the ambulance, but here's where the hospital is, and I knew where it was, and I actually got to the hospital before he did, because I was like, oh my god. But yeah, I got there, and I had to wait for them to bring him. Like, I talk to the doctor before I talked to him, because obviously he came in through the ambulance. And when I was like I like walked out, the doctor came up and started talking to me and saying that they have to put you into emergency surgery to remove part of your intestine. From what they have seen, they do know that it has ruptured and you have became septic. They did let me know that they didn't know how bad it was and that they were expecting this, but because of what it was, which was diverticulitis, they didn't know if once they got in, the infection was bigger than just that part. So that all determined, like, they're like, we don't know the outcome of this at all. And he was still, like, he was just in the bed, just chilling there. And because the doctor pulled me away from him.
Yeah, they were at my feet.
Yeah.
I was just
the doctor didn't want to,
there.
yeah.
And
the doctor.
I just see them talking over there. I'm just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I was loopy as hell.
Yeah. And he was just telling me, we don't know, like, we know what it is, but we don't know how bad it is. And to expect the worst, of course, but they're going to keep me updated throughout it. And boy, that was like the hardest time, because of course, and then I went over to him because the doctor says we have to get him now, like, say your goodbyes.
Yeah, you showed up, and my cousin Dario showed up, the guy I was working out with today. They both showed up at the hospital, and I was just like, all right, well, no big deal. Let's get this done. And I'm like, goodbye. So I was like, no, I'll be right back. Not a big deal. And when I woke up, it was a big deal. It was a really big fucking deal. Like, I could not, I got hit by a train. I was in so much pain. I got ripped open from the top of my pubic bone all the way up here. As you can see my scar. My belly button is not a belly button anymore. It was a belly button, but this is where the hole was. It was incredibly gnarly.
But that's how it started. That's literally the craziness. That was like December. So he went into surgery December 6, 2018. Literally changed our lives. But I'm the breadwinner. I'm the one that brings all the income to the family for the majority of it, and I immediately I can't work now, like, at all. And I was out of commission, like, 100%. But we'll get into that. We're only on day 2. So that's how it started.
Cut it off there.
That's why I was saying, well, that's how it started.
I'm getting going. So we're done?
Well, not yet, bananas.
I know I'm gonna edit this part. I'm asking you, like.
No. We're done with the talking the story, yes.
Okay.
Because I just wanted to get it, started. Just the intro of, like, how it happened and everything, because, like, I'm just gonna put in those couple pictures of, like, your face when you were, like, cold, the thermometer, stuff like that, We just want to get to the point of your surgery. I was going to have you, like, you just kept going, but I was going to have you stop before you even went into surgery.
Oh, that's the beauty of it being recorded, that we can go back to
No, but you were such a flow, that'll be a weird cut. But it's fine. I'll edit it. I'll do something. But, yeah. So that's how it started. And we will continue the story tomorrow, because
there's a lot more to
there's a lot more than just the initial surgery and everything. there's a lot that had happened after. So obviously he survived, you know.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
But if you want to see some gory pictures, you want to see how it all went down, let me know. I got you.
Well, those are going to be showed. Okay, they definitely will. We'll put all the disclaimers of when they start and all of that, so nobody gets surprised. Don't want to scare anybody. Just me. I just had to, you know, look at it all the time. But yeah, so that was our day. That's our life. We will continue Vlogmas mañana. Because for now, it is midnight and I'm tired. I don't want to go to bed. And yeah, so.
This is definitely. So this is our first crack at Vlogmas, and.
Vlogmas.
This is our first crack at Vlogmas, and I mean it was pretty fun. I think I can do it the rest of the month. Definitely gonna do our very best to do that. Just because of all my workout regimen and everything, and I just want to make this a thing. So follow along and check out the progress and see what's up.
Yep. And if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things.
All the things.
Just so you can stay up to date with our lives. Yay!
We'll be back.
See you tomorrow.